y'all, this is Melissa. I was just coming on to do a smoky eye tutorial for you today and a quick review of the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. It's really my favorite so far and my go-to palette when I really need to look good or if I am going out for the day or for a special occasion where it's really important that I'm looking my best and making my best impression, like if I'm going out for a singing engagement, that kind of thing. I will definitely use this one. So if you want to hear more about this, about the chocolate gold palette, isn't this gorgeous? I mean, look at how pretty and shiny. This does tend to get some fingerprints, but I love this. So if you want to hear more about the chocolate gold palette and see a quick, easy smoky eye tutorial, stay tuned. And also, by the way, if you like this video, I hope that you will click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell. So I have my face fully prepped. I've got on my base makeup and my eyebrows and everything. So I'm ready to start here with the chocolate gold palette from Too Faced, and it is very nice. It is still my go-to palette for if I'm really wanting to look nice, or especially if I'm traveling, because it's very versatile. And this is what this looks like inside. It has the nice big mirror and a lot of variety of colors here. So, without further ado, I'm going to start off in the big one right here at the bottom, the rolled gold. No, excuse me, rolling in dough. So, and I'm going to start off here with the Luxie 2, I think it says 229, yes. Alright, and I'm starting off just right here in the very corner here, just where I tend to get a little bit dark, and that just really gives it a nice lightening there. Whoops. Just lighten the whole entire side of my face there, on my nose. Because some of these are just a tiny bit chalky. The mattes in this are not chalky at all. Okay, I'm going in with my Luxie 245 into Rich Girl right here. And I am going to use this in my brow here. And like I say, I just make a line down from the tip of the brow right there all the way down to the corner of my eye as sort of a border. And then I go over like that. I just kind of, I know that seems backwards because it's against the flow of the eyebrow, but then I go over like that from there. And I just fill in from the crease up to the top of the brow, and that way everything is covered, because this shadow is really good. You can put other stuff on over it and it goes over perfectly, so this way you know everything is covered. But this is just such a pretty shimmery color. And I'm going to do the same thing here on the other side. I get my hair out of the way. From the corner of the brow down to the corner of my eye, and then I'm going to take it over like that. And that makes sure that it gets it all the way up into those little hairs, because you can smooth your eyebrows out later, but that gets it over in those little brows. There's no little gaps that way. And then you just fill in all the way down to the crease there. And I usually come about over here to almost over to the eyebrow, sometimes down in there just a little bit. Let me show you, to about right there. And I'll kind of come down in there just a little bit like that. And that's about how far over I come with that brow color. And I just think that gives your eyes some shine, some color, some dimension. Alright, from there I'm going into, and I usually like to mix for this the actually I mix all three. I mix the bottom one, the Holla for Dollar, the Love and Cocoa, and then I'll put just a little bit of the Money Bags together for underneath of my eye, because I do like for it to have a significant amount of green, but also that brown kind of cuts that green a little bit so that it's not just a screaming green. Also, it gives it more depth. And for under your eye, you really need a little bit more depth. So I'll kind of do it like this. I'll kind of go 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Actually, I just did 2 there, but so I'm going to go underneath of my eye like this, and I'll just place it, you can see, like that, across like that, and just go straight across like that. And I'll just do that line, and I'll come over to this inside portion of my iris right there. Is how far over I bring that line. And I'll do that on both sides here. Okay, and then for the V, I like to mix the Holla for Dollar and the Money Bags for when I start it, and then I finish it out in all Money Bags, so that's where that really bright green kicks in there. So I'll just mix those two. And I start off, you kind of make like, it's almost like you're drawing a line from right here and up, and then you're coming from your crease right there where you were, and you're making that angle up. And you see how that forms sort of a triangle? And you bring that up like that. And then you basically just have to fill that in like that. And then you place your brush like that and just lift it. And it fills it right in. And once that is filled in, and you can kind of sharpen your point like that, then I take just that bright green there, and I just draw straight across over into that crease. And I just start filling it in like that. And it doesn't even really take much blending, just enough to get it across there. And I usually come about 3/4 of the way over, and that winds up being right over to the inner part, see, of that where my iris is, on the inner part of my eye. And that's how far I bring that crease over like that. And I just make sure, and I'm doing just the Money Bags now, and I just fill that in like that. And then I do the same thing on the other side. I bring this up like this. I bring it up here from the bottom like I did. You see how that made that triangle? I lay it down on the brow lash line and just lift it, and it sort of fills it in. And then I sharpen that point there a little bit. And that also helps sort of fill in that triangle. Once you got that triangle there, it's easy to fill in. Then I go into just the Money Bags, and I take it across that point, all the way across the top into that crease. Over just 2. You can see right there, it's at that front part of my iris. and I just sort of slide it back and forth like a windshield wiper motion in there. Alright, and that's the Rebel Edge, smallest Rebel Edge brush. Okay, I'm going to take my other, since I have two of them, Luxie 245, and I'm going to go into this biggest one here called the Chocolate Gold. And I'm going to fill in this portion right here. And you just basically just go in there from, you know, right in here, and you just fill it in basically up to the top right there. You know, just right across your lid. From that inner corner up to the top of your lid, and then you just fill into where that green is. All the way over, and where that little point is in there, I usually just take some on my tip and I just sort of point it down into that just a little bit. But this stuff spreads really easily and really well, so you really don't have to worry too much about that. And I'll do the same thing here on this side. Get over here where I can see my mirror just a little bit. I should be able to see my mirror. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing as well here. Fill it in right there, all the way up in that crease like that. And I'll take a little bit on the tip there and just go right up in that V just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to take, grab one of them here, one of these little spongy things here, and I'm going to just wipe all the way around the edge of my eye there and just clean up any excess that got where it does not belong, any excess powder that doesn't belong down on my makeup. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my other Luxie 245 since it's got the lighter color on it, and I'm actually going to go into the gold dipped right here, and I'm going to do just a little bit right underneath my eye here and in my inner corners. So just take the tip right there so that I can catch that right underneath of there, and that will give it some nice brightening. And you'll also probably still have just a little bit of that darker gold in there because it comes down just a little bit. At least for me it does on my brush when I'm putting it on. But that's fine. This gives it a little bit lighter quality to it. And just a little bit on my brush right here for my inner corner. Alright. So, now I'm going to go in and put on my eyeliner and put on. Okay, y'all. So, this is after putting on my eyeliner and mascara. This is the final look with the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette with the green and the gold. It looks good with this green shirt, and I don't know why, but in this camera this shirt is coming off so blue. And I don't know why, because this is definitely a very green shirt. It's actually the same color as this eyeshadow, so don't know why that didn't work out, strangely enough. So anyway, yes, this is basically my go-to palette when I really need to be sure I'm looking good. Anyway, it works well. The mattes are a little bit on the chalky side, leave a little bit of fallout. The shimmers, never any fallout, none. So they they work really well. And it's good for travel because of all of this lovely variety of color in here. You got your green, your purple, your pink, your golds, your silvers. You've got this one here that's kind of it's almost like a dusty pink. A lot of brown. You got black. You got the off-white. So a lot of variety. Great for travel, you know, when you need to make stuff go with everything. So I wanted to do that quick tutorial for you, and honestly, when I go out, this green look is really my favorite one. It's kind of my go-to. If I'm out and I really want to look nice, I usually try to wear something that's green, or even if I'm wearing white or black, I will do this green eye look. You know, if I'm going out for a singing engagement or something like that, this is very often what I wear. So I wanted to share that with you and share just kind of the easy eye tutorial for you, the smoky eye look. So in a shorter format. So anyway, I hope you have a good day, and you remember that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye till next time.